Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and welcome to my first, and at a time of recording only, Chapter 2, Season 4 Fortnite Solos win. It's not my only win of the season. I've made a squads win and a duos win. However, my solo record has been less satisfactory, and my wins with other participants, unfortunately, were not recorded prior to game updates, which led to the replays becoming invalid. That's still an irritating feature. I can understand because of the whole way that demos work, and that is fundamentally what the replays are. In-engine command line recordings that are then played out in-engine. But yes, this is, at present, my only solo win for the season. The season is, however, still young. At time of recording, it is the middle, give or take, of week 2 of this season. And ostensibly, I had landed here not for a win, as with most of my wins. This was my attempt at completing some challenges. And the challenge in particular was elimination of Stark robots, which I kind of ended up scrapping because, well, I'll explain when we get to that point. This was the Quinjet furthest from the drop. I prefer to go cold drops because I'm running controller, I'm not super sweaty. I am endeavoring to make the transition to mouse and keyboard. Mouse definitely makes aiming a bit easier, but the keyboard skills require are pianist levels of finger contortion. So my first kill lies in front of me. He actually has a higher quality scoped rifle than I do. And he's exclusively focusing on me, because he's not worried about the bots at all, and he shouldn't, because unless you get in real tight with those robots, you get swarmed by them. Their accuracy... I remember when they used to be absolute aimbots, and you still get that from Doom's Henchman of it. These Stark robots can't seem to hit the broadside of a barn. So that first elimination went well enough. I lost some paint in the fight, so to speak, but here I am. I got 100 health, I got 25 shields back. I almost make an idiot move by jumping off thinking I can glide. I can't. Now the thing which kind of knackered over my hope of eliminating Stark robots, and which actually won me the match, is this car. I figured it was heading towards the ship, but it diverted. But I couldn't shake the suspicion that whoever was in it probably had no loot or bad loot, was going to loot up at Steamy Stacks and then rush the location. And obviously my chances of surviving that were a lot better had I some backup. Which is why I hacked the robots instead of eliminating them. Now ammunition at this point, because of that first fight, became a problem, so I went straight for the drones. Picked up the revolver. One of my favorite weapons. So this video is titled, Tony's Tech Saves My Life, or Stark Tech Saves My Life. That's still in the works because I have to edit this into the video to begin with. Is because these robots will ultimately save the match for me. I end up functionally a squad in a solo match, which played to my benefit. But right now, I want to engage a topic. Fortnite. I have been very critical of it in the past. I still feel the mechanics don't complement the game in a Battle Royale format. I retain that opinion, but I feel like it's not necessarily the difficulty of Battle Royale that puts me off Fortnite, so much as it is a rampant, flagrant toxicity within the Fortnite community. Because fundamentally, I have seen game communities which are accommodating, understanding, friendly even if they don't know you. You don't see that in Fortnite. And fundamentally, when you do, it's often somebody who is completely new to the game, have no idea what they're doing, and are looking to make friends to be cynical in order to advance their position Make friends with the strongest, toughest guy in the schoolyard. That kind of thing. But a lot of players in Fortnite seem to be under the persuasion that they are God's gift to Fortnite, and that they would be MLG worthy if only their squads weren't terrible, if only everybody else didn't suck so bad they could win more often, even when they're the first ones to go down, and choose drops that evidently, given how quickly they go down, they can't handle. They are, you know, top-tier worthy, and everybody else is just scrubs. Everybody else is just bots that hold them back. And it's interesting the kind of ego complex that is manifest there, considering that the reason they're most probably playing with a lot of random players is not because of conflicting schedules, but because nobody wants to play with them. The Fortnite community is, or the game rather, is bleeding players because the community is toxic as hell. If I were to offer advice to players of this game who would like to, I don't know, stimulate greater growth in the community, reduce player bleed, it's not an issue of going easy on players, it's an issue of being understanding of players who aren't of a high skill tier, or are new to the game and haven't had the time to develop that level of skill, and not treat yourself and your accomplishments as if you are the man. You are God's gift to Fortnite. You are, you know, Neo in the Matrix. Because I see a lot of that, and more than losing, more than even getting sweat on, it really brings me down and makes me not want to play the game. And you see this discourtesy at all levels, because I have been in random squads matches where people are blasting music. I have been in squads matches where people are actually singing, and god-awfully at that. And I could understand perhaps maybe it's for their amusement, but it's not amusing anybody else, and more often than not, it's not for their amusement to sing, it's for their amusement to annoy you. Fortnite has a wide, irritating, bullying community that is essentially killing the game, and they wonder why everybody else in the game is so mean when they themselves are guilty of perpetrating it to begin with. But sticking a pin in that point of discussion, back to the match proper, there will be some intercuts here of Mivy, I think it is? The yellow arrow that's scoping out me and my Stark drones, and we're going to see the first time in which my Stark drones actually saved my bacon during this match. Right now, metal is a difficult resource to come by, because the availability of vehicles means that they're nowhere near as effective to harvest. Being here at Compact Cars, and with a squad of Stark robots to escort me, I felt confident to do some serious metal gathering, and upgrade my Stark Industries energy rifle into its legendary rarity. A decision which would save my life by the end of this game, along with the robots, so twice over Tony's tech saved my life. So you'll note on the map, by the way, that legendary chest that you can hear right now, I didn't during the fight, didn't even know it was there. You can see on the map, one of my drones is coming up behind Mivy. So they're lining me up. They don't have a clear shot now, but the drone spooks them and puts them off me as a target. They were probably expecting that drone was moving with somebody who'd crossed behind them, hence the scanning the perimeter, until they realize that they're following me, and when the battle music played, I didn't know why, and I didn't even realize that this drone had bought it until a bit later. Because Mivy here, wearing the skin of Janet Walters or She-Hulk, will stalk me for half the match, never actually taking a shot. And of course, during the game, I was blissfully unaware of the fact that I was right under somebody's reticle. So I think now, yep, I'm going for the legendary rarity. This is my second upgrade. Depleted most of my mats. But like I said, that legendary energy rifle is going to save this match for me in the end. My ultimate victory, however, would be delivered by a mixture of chance and the utter idiocy of my opponents. And once again, Mivi's gonna get spooked by my robots. But yeah, Fortnite fans, if you want to save the community, and I do mean save the community, stop being such a-holes. It's literally that easy. Stop calling kids bots, stop saying they're bringing the team down. Bush camping. The whole final crew in this match were all campers, so I'm with my own. But yeah, stop being just basically the way I see with so much of the community. And I know I'm not making a generalization here. It's not the whole community, but those that are there are given rampant freedom to behave that way because everybody puts up with it. It's just expected with Fortnite. But if you want to save the community, you need to... If you have a friend who's harshing you, I don't care how good they are at the game, if they carry the squad for wins, if you have a friend that's harshing you, hassling your teammates, get rid of them. They're out. Because this game could be good. You can have random squads matches where people actually listen to each other, where people are not, you know, either scared or irritated to turn on their mics if the community was not so toxic. And I feel like part of it, the super competitive nature of this game and its appeal to, like, the MLG crowd, those guys are jocks. And jocks have a tendency to put down their fellow man. Okay, interrupting that for a second. I don't know why Mivi didn't take a shot here. I'm wide open. But yes, that will be the last we see of her in this run. But yes, a lot of people who are playing Fortnite are taking their cues on how to behave from high-level Twitch streamers who also frequently happen to be competitive players. They're jocks. They're alpha male macho types who feel the compulsion to exercise how superior they are over everybody else. And it is encouraging this type of behavior of, every time you get a kill, advertise it, shout it loudly. You know, look how awesome I am, look how much that bot sucked. That's not how you should play a game if you're trying to enjoy it. And even if you are, you know, thinking of going professional, or deluding yourself into thinking you're going professional, or trying to be on a professional level, you might find yourself playing with people who aren't. They're looking to have a fun experience, and you are ruining it for them by acting like you're the man, you're the boss. Right now I'm trying to ditch this robot, because I'm trying to go stealth, and there's nothing less stealthy than having a chattering robot following you. The creator here gets a lucky body hit. Not a stellar builder, no wonder there were so many campers in the end of the game. Yeah, I have noticed an influx of what I would assume are newer players, given the quality of some of these builds. And I'm not necessarily saying that I could do any better, but it's mostly probably the draw of the Marvel things that are available with the Battle Pass. The issue is, these players tend to come and go because they are invited or drawn to the property because of stuff like what's going on this current season, but then they were immediately repulsed by the fact that they're trying to get up the skills, they don't know the game, and all they get is, you know, get on my level, kid, get out of my squad, kid, have to carry you. It just really ruins it. And... oh. I'm amazed this guy didn't see me. I was even running there for a second, they didn't hear me. I think that was an emote they were running, because I heard them a mile off, and that's what had me like, nope. So, pretty much everybody in this final setup camped at one point or another, and I have also noticed a, shall we say, a camping meta that has been emerging in this game, where even the tryhards are using camping tactics and strategies rather than just smash building and fast building, which does make it more difficult for those who were reliant upon those tactics. Of course, those of us who've been camping from the start still do it the best. My hiding behind a sofa that's not even as tall as I am, notwithstanding. Now, I don't know if Mivi bought it already or is about to. Yep, nope, Mivi's about to buy it. Top end of the screen, got caught in the storm, and then rifled to death. So, there goes my stalker. For just this match, not seriously. So, I reposition, think maybe the piano would be better. All dark clothing behind a white piano. And a white backdrop. It didn't take me too long to rethink that hiding position. But yeah, I previewed this to one of my co-collaborators, specifically ZKA, and he pointed out that there are long stretches where nothing happens that maybe I should cut out, but I made the point that those long stretches provide me with an opportunity to address certain issues about Fortnite while playing it, instead of just, I don't know, running a podcast or something. And so the issue I've decided to address here, because if I hate Fortnite so much, why do I keep playing it? Well, I am critical of the Battle Royale genre, for reasons I've already expressed. Link in the description for that video, Broken Royale. Fortnite's build mechanics even more so not fitting in with any of this, with being a shooter or being a Battle Royale. But honestly, more than just my not being of the skill tier of some players, is just the fact that if I had more associates that I could play Battle Royale with, and I don't judge the players I play with based on skill. I have played with players, and I'm not naming names, but I have played with players that are not exceptional. And I judge who I play with based on how they behave in-game, how they conduct themselves, not how good they are. Because oftentimes the best players are often the most moody, irritating of the bunch, constantly touting their achievements over you. I really can't stand that. So we're going to cut to the creator again here in a minute, because he is about to cook fish sticks, and then he's going to get cooked. So, when I notice the new circle, I make the appropriate decision that I can't exactly stay here. But part of subtlety is not taking the high ground because you're the most visible. It's staying low, keeping your head down, which is what I do. Now, I have seen from the clip during editing that, yes, the creator noticed me moving around here and basically had their shotgun trained on the stairs the whole time. Probably a good thing that I didn't go for high ground. I do approve of the re-inclusion of traps in this game, and at the same time, the usage of the fire trap as opposed to the spike damage trap is probably a wise decision, because unless you're maxed out, that damage trap is instant death. So, the creator is about to reposition as well. And here is where Tony's tech saves my life for a third time, specifically the rifle. During the fight, I believe this was hitting for about 52 points of damage a hit in the ADS mode, and the Stark Energy Rifle does behave differently whether you're aiming down sights or not. So, 4 hits and you can kill a player that's maxed with the Stark Energy Rifle. I'd say that given that it's probably maybe 1.5 shots a second, give or take, that's still about 4 seconds, but worth it. Now, I'd like to say how I dealt with these players, but the reality of the matter is I didn't. These players were eliminated by another problem with Battle Royale in general. The fact that, especially in solos, third parties lead to third parties, which lead to third parties, and it's part of the reason why making yourself obvious is not in your best interest in terms of survival. Because you're just attracting anyone who you don't know is there to take a free and cheap shot on you because you're blissfully unawares. There's the win. Now, of course, we have footage of what happened on that end. And I'm going to drop my outro now, because I probably won't have time for it later. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you'll return to watch more of my content. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. And I really don't like having to pander for subscriptions, but it's free, it'll let you know when I put out new videos, and you'll be helping the channel grow. So, there's little reason not to do it. So that third party helped to avoid me getting sniped. This is probably the least campy player in the end, but even so, it did not do them any good, and why they moved down is beyond me. This'll cost them. interrupting their med when they were so close to finishing it will cost them too. And I have no idea what this guy's doing. Popping a heal in a 10-tick with like 20 health. I suspect he was trying to use the surfboard, but he had just used it and it was probably still on cooldown, so it skipped over to the medkit maybe. I don't know. All I know is that his aggression here, which this, if there was ever a time to take a shot, this would be it. Even I would have taken this shot. Although probably with a sniper rifle, not a burst. His aggression here helped to knock that sniper shot off my back. And I don't understand what he was thinking charge. I mean, using the board there, you're practically on what you're trying to get to begin with. And then pop.